What's up guys, Element here, back with another recap. We're getting closer and closer to Rogue One, and it seems like the story of Rogue One and Rebels is drawing closer and closer together on the path of convergence. Now before we begin, I have to apologize for sounding sick. I am dog sitting right now and it's just sending my allergies on a frenzy. But we'll get through this because this episode is a doozy. We start off with Hera debriefing Ezra on a mission when Ezra suddenly faints, having been overwhelmed with visions of Maul. Ezra awakens from this spell and reveals he's been seeing Maul as the team grows more and more concerned for his well-being. He brushes it off and plays it cool as he goes off with Sabine to prepare for the mission. Ezra starts to hallucinate and gives chase to a phantom Maul, finally targeting an innocent rebel soldier. Kanan stops Ezra before he makes a big mistake as he awakens from this frenzy. In an effort to fix this, he takes Ezra to Bendu, who is slowly becoming the rebels' own Yoda, but are interrupted by Maul. Maul makes his desire for Ezra to be his apprentice known and barters with Kanan and Ezra for an exchange of knowledge. A deal is made and Ezra leaves with Maul. Kanan tracks Ezra via a tracker planted in his wrist comm that he had Sabine install. Maul takes Ezra to Dathomir and reveals that the Night Sisters used some aspect of the Force, but it was augmented by some old magic. Maul proceeds with a spell to merge his mind with Ezra using some sort of tonic. Meanwhile, Ezra happens upon a Picasso of Satine Kryze, harkening back to the time during the Clone Wars, when Mandalore was in deep civil unrest. Among the altar, the Darksaber, previously wielded by Pre Vizsla and Maul when he took over Death Watch. Maul alludes to this when he tells Ezra that Sabine may be able to shed some light on the weapon's history. They both drink the tonic and the mind merger commences. Maul and Ezra finally see the answer to their question. Now while the two bore two different questions, the answer remained one and the same. He refers to where it all began, a desert planet with twin suns. From this revelation, we can finally gather that he is in fact hunting Obi-Wan Kenobi. Kanan and Sabine show up and are caught up in the entanglement and subsequently possessed by the spirit of the Night Sisters as payment for the ritual they just performed. Maul tries to convince Ezra to abandon his friends and go with him as his apprentice. Ezra refuses and forces Maul to flee. Ezra manages to break them free from their possessions by destroying the altar with his lightsaber and the Darksaber. Ezra reveals his answer to Kanan and the mission to find Obi-Wan Kenobi begins. Sabine finds the Darksaber and pockets the guy. Now let's talk about the implications of what just happened. First and foremost, the narratives are finally at a convergence. Maul seeks out revenge against Obi-Wan Kenobi, but at the same time, according to Ezra's question, he is also the key to destroying the Sith. This puts the story squarely in line with my theory that Obi-Wan Kenobi's part in the overarching tale of the Star Wars universe is a bit greater than that of training Anakin and training Luke. If he is the key to destroying the Sith, and according to recent rumors claiming that the title for Episode 8 is Forces of Destiny, my theory that Rey is Obi-Wan's granddaughter is slowly unraveling and coming to fruition. Slowly but surely, folks. Slowly but surely. Sabine finding the Darksaber is another revelation we can't ignore. Could she have an awakening? Could she be Force sensitive? My theory is that having been touched by the Night Sisters, Sabine may have been awakened in some way which led her to the Darksaber. The more answers we get, the more questions arise, and we'll most likely learn more next week, especially with the release of Rogue One, but until then, we continue to throw rocks at walls and test the hull for any weaknesses when it comes to trying to finally understand the greater story in all of this. I cannot wait to see more Kenobi, especially if there's a planned appearance on Rebels. Until then though, we'll have to wait and see. Thanks for watching guys. If you liked this video, remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more Star Wars theories and recaps. If you haven't already, check out my update on the Rey Kenobi theory, taking into account some new information about Rogue One and the possible revelation of Obi-Wan Kenobi's greater role in the entire universe of Star Wars. #Team Rey Kenobi. May the Force be with you.